My favorite thing was the tomato soup pasta. Psych! It was it was the ravioli stuffed with the pumpkin, because that was fire.
Hey man, that guy who made the tomato noodle thing, very creative. Yeah.
No, props to you for being creative.
But yeah.
All right, y'all, what's up? And welcome to another episode of the No Chaser podcast. Hooray! I'm Timothy De La Ghetto.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
And I'm Nikki Blades.
And what's up, man?
Hey.
What's up? You guys are enjoying the show. Thank you for listening. We finally started getting sponsors in. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those yet because they haven't given me the details.
But they're here, guys.
But they're here. And I thought it'd be funny to point out that, when they emailed me and said, hey, we got sponsors interested, one of the first sponsors was a company called Blue Chew. And this is a pill to help guys keep their erections erect and strong.
Okay.
And I thought how appropriate.
Yeah.
Because, we talk about erections a lot. Mm-hmm. And also, I've always I've wanted to dabble in those, you know what I'm saying? And see how those work. We're getting old.
I think a lot of listeners will now that they know that some weird girls like their titties jiggle.
Hey,
that keeps
we're
you soft.
Not weird, okay? We just like different
so
things.
You're gonna need a Blue Chew.
Okay. This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew.
It's funny because we off camera we were just talking about how pissed,
dude.
Oh my
pissed
God.
girls were.
Dude.
Okay, ladies. Y'all looking at me right now? Everybody likes different things, different strokes for different folks. I'm not saying that the way that my boobs need to be handled is the same way that yours do. Have a conversation with your man.
But the way y'all said it was like that.
And it's funny because the way I captioned it, I totally was like kind of be clickbaity with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Started drama.
But it worked.
I had friends. I lost friends, Tim. I lost friends. Okay.
All those guys that were waiting to suck your tits.
They was like, she don't even like this shit. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
It was funny. So I titled, if y'all don't know, I put a little clip on Instagram and Twitter, and I titled it, what? Women prefer getting their titties jiggled over sucked? And it was all these women pissed in the comments like, what? Stop spreading fake news. Suck my titty.
Side note, I know some of y'all that commented and calling me. I know you personally. Like, I saw the comments. I'm so offended.
And they were that mad.
They were so mad at me, but it's cool. It's cool.
Nah, I mean,
So
it's interesting. I mean, it's and that just goes to show how annoying the internet works because, literally, man, people just love to agree or disagree. You know, and it's stupid because it'll be shit like I was gonna tweet about this the other day where people will say some shit like, man, my family was weird growing up, but I like putting ranch on my salad. Yeah. And people will be, real basic shit. People like, oh my God, me too. Wow, retweet. I feel this so much.
I thought I was the only one.
Oh, you want to start a debate? Ranch on pizza.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah,
no, I've asked somebody before and they said, I'm a grown man. I don't eat ranch on my pizza. And I was like, offended. I was offended. I was like, why did you make it personal?
I wouldn't be offended. That's a really stupid argument.
Yeah.
Right? I'm grown.
I'm an adult.
What does that have to do with anything?
I only eat ranch on appropriate ranch. Like, what does that mean?
Well, and that's the thing too, is not only are people trying to find a something to connect to, but they are so eager to disagree with some shit.
Yeah, they love it.
To the point where people post unpopular opinion when shit isn't unpopular.
Yeah, it's like that's
there's a whole group of you.
Popular opinion.
Yeah, they'll be like, unpopular opinion. I like ranch on my salad. I don't know about y'all.
It was like, are you the only one in your family that didn't like it? That's all you're telling us right now.
Silly, man.
That was a really good early callback.
Thank you, man.
That was really, really
Thank
good.
you. That wasn't even planned, bro.
I felt it. It's really good.
Oh, man. If you didn't see the episode, go check it out.
Oh, yeah, go check it out. So, let's see. Make sure you go check out that episode where we have the titty argument with Shannon Boodram and Nikki Blades. And thank you guys for listening and watching and streaming and all that. Because, hey, man, Lord knows if I can just sit in front of a microphone and talk and get some content, it's beautiful.
I almost lost my other job because of this one, so I'm going to need everybody to tune in.
For real, what happened?
Man, just people are growing and learning, and you leave in to do other stuff doesn't always make people happy. But you know what? Jobs are safe for now. So let's just keep everybody tuning in because I would like to still get money because I can't afford living up north. It's expensive.
The Bay Area is expensive. Why don't you just move to LA and just do no chaser permanently?
Well, the way that our views are set up, I can't do that yet.
I mean, I know I'm not paying y'all nothing yet.
You pay me in Clase Azul, which
This
seems
is
to
the
hold me
land
up.
of $1 in a dream.
True. And look,
I'm sure you got $1.
all the blue chew pills you can ingest.
What would happen if I took one? Like, what happens if I took a blue?
Your
Titties get hard and then people can't shake them.
and then you like getting sucked all of a sudden.
I can't wait till our sponsorships come in. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, no, you know what? Hey, if anybody from LA radio stations are listening to this, Cruise Show, what's good? If y'all need a lady personality,
Hey, wait, don't get her in trouble.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not it cool. They know mine. Shout out K-Win. Let me just throw that one out there one time.
Shout out to K-Win,
Yes.
good people out there. But
Yeah, you came by.
Hey, but if I did go
Yeah,
to
you
K-Win,
actually did
and
come by.
it's a good group of people up there. What's your boy's name that's on the show?
Lucas.
Lucas, that's a good
Yeah,
dude right
shout out
there.
Lucas, Jiggy, everybody out there. Yeah, they like you. They love. Up north loves him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get a lot of love in the Bay,
We
bruh.
need Rick to come up now.
Yeah, I'm cool. I love them.
There's
they don't have
food.
to
There's
love me.
there's plenty of good food places to eat up north.
I'm actually
so. I'm saying that I know that you gotta go and eat. I'm just trying to figure out some way to get you up there because I can't bribe you with alcohol. So
in June,
That's not gonna work.
June or July, I think we'll be going to the Bay for a Gilroy Garlic Festival.
stop. You're going for the garlic festival?
Yeah.
Never been.
Yeah, is that what is it? Is Sacramento?
It's huge. No, it's in Gilroy.
Where's that?
It's in Gilroy. It's in Gilroy.
What's up? Well, okay. In relation to what popular Bay Area city that I am familiar with?
I feel like it's on the way to Santa Cruz. Someone correct me. I know someone's gonna correct me in the comments, but geez, I don't really know. When I just drive through Gilroy to get everywhere.
All right, well,
so
shit.
It's hard. But
Somewhere up there.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the Gilroy Garlic Festival is huge. Like that's
Yeah.
one of the biggest food festivals. Period.
I can't wait. That shit's gonna be seeping through my veins for
Oh,
a
yeah.
week. All right. Well, speaking of
Seeping
stinky
through?
guests, no, just kidding. We got a lovely guest joining us today. Let's see. She's a popular gamer. She's an internet personality. And fun fact, normally I have like guests that I am like friends with, but today's guest I've never met up until like 10 minutes ago. So I want y'all to make some podcast noise if you're listening at home, and welcome Boze, big boss, motherfucking Boze to the show. What's up, man? Here, have a seat.
Insert sound clips right now.
I thought you were
Pew, pew, pew.
barefoot for a second because your shoes are like.
Pew, pew.
Wow, yeah, you think I'm
Okay, I'm still working on my sound noises. Okay, Rick.
That was fun.
You don't
Thank
have
you.
to put the headphones on if you don't want to.
No, I love when I go to like high quality sets and I can hear it. Yeah.
We got a budget.
Oh, I like.
How's she
A little
sound?
bit.
Is she sounding okay? You want to
like
get a little
this.
closer? Can you say something?
Oh, my voice varies. I
No.
would not turn it.
How's she sound? Is she good?
I do this thing where I laugh and I don't pull back like a professional. Like you're just gonna get it. Like,
Rest
gets
in
closer.
peace.
like the laugh just jets me forward into the microphone.
Rest in peace, headphones users,
Right.
because
Yeah.
Boze is here. What's up, man?
Hey.
Thank you for coming to the show.
Yeah, I'm
And,
excited.
and no, this is fun because, like I said, I just internet met you yesterday.
Like I would say less than 20 hours ago.
Yeah.
I could give you
Wow.
an exact time, but I don't know what time it is right now.
And I mean, we know of each other just from like JK News and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I know you're like a super popular gamer.
That face is me. That is me.
No, because even when I posted on Instagram, hey, do y'all have questions for Boze? One of the first questions was like, what game are you best at?
Okay,
What's
so
your
yeah,
favorite
like,
game?
what's your favorite game?
Oh, yeah, guys.
Yeah, and like right a minute ago, I was like, "Oh, we have questions. Should I have reposted it? Is this thing?" He's like, "Oh no, I posted it on my Instagram." And I was like, "Oh fuck, I missed it." So I was like, "Do I want to see the questions?" Before I was like, "No, not really." But I went to see the post, and I'm like, "Oh, so Tim picked the sluttiest photo." it's literally a
Yeah.
picture
He
with
has a
like
gift for
He's
my
really good at doing that.
yes, like my boobs were out, and like not only were like the boobs out, but in the photo, I'm like.
Yeah.
She's like, When did I take this
Yes,
picture?
dude. I had like, and I mean, like it's cool. It's actually a good photo.
Yeah, it is a good photo. That's why I picked it.
But like, I actually had a crisis because like I switched jobs, like I switched like industries entirely, and so like I kind of had to like dress a little different, and like I wanted to like grow up a little bit, and like. Last month, I started looking through old pictures of me, and I was like, "Where are my clothes?" I'm like, "Girl, like you don't do the crop top and the booty shorts and the flip flops. Like at least cover up the toes." I was like, I was really out there. I was like, "That's okay. We were insecure. We had to put it out there." Yeah, I was like, I was doing too much.
I was about to post a picture of just your ankles, but then I thought
you didn't want them to go crazy.
Too much.
Yeah.
No.
There's like a really weird subreddit of me. That's where you find like the gold.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Of
do
ankles?
that. No.
Can you explain what a subreddit?
Okay, so
is?
there's Reddit, a website,
Okay, yes,
and
I
then
know
there's
that.
a subreddit, which is basically different categories. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so there are like subreddits of specific people where there's like a group that go online and very dedicated to, like, let's say there's a Nikki Blades subreddit or a Ricky Shucks Feet subreddit where it might be just people looking for pictures of Rick's feet and gifs and videos of Rick's feet, and they all kind of post in here and like, love it. So there's a very weird, creepy subreddit of yours.
Yes.
What can we find there?
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm gonna spill the tea on this subreddit, and like I know these people are gonna be watching. Hello, boys. But like I'm gonna call y'all out on this shit right now. I'm gonna respond because like I think they were trying to like get me to like react to this, but I was like, bruh, come on, I've been doing this for a minute. So in the subreddit, and it's funny because like an old friend of mine was like, oh my God, you have a subreddit, I'm gonna follow it. I was like, Jake, please don't.
Fucking Jake.
I was like, please don't. And then he was like, oh my God, have you seen this? I was like, yes, I have. So like they'll take like out of context like clips where like you're bending over, like the butt, and like it like the most showiest ones will be at the top. But one day somebody sends me this link, and like there are these people, and they have like a Discord for like all the Smosh girls, and they share like photoshopped pictures like of our nudes and stuff. And like I mean these dudes are going in. They have like rotoscoped like heads of like the Smosh girls and stuff, and like hardcore sex things. And I was like, okay,
What does rotoscope mean for the not nerds?
Oh, I don't even know if it's the correct thing, so I don't want to define it. I just think it's such a funny word.
They put their heads on other bodies.
Yeah. I literally just like I love when somebody's like rotoscope that. Like, it's such a
I'm just learning so many new words today,
Are there
guys.
Boze deep fakes?
Oh, that's what I haven't looked, but okay. So these
She's
people,
alive.
I'll explain to.
Okay,
Blake in a
thank
second.
you.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'll explain before you get into it. So deep fakes.
Yeah, what is
Deepfakes
this?
is where they use technology to it's a photoshopped video, basically, to put it
Okay.
simply, right? Where you would have they would take someone who's similar vibe aesthetically to Boze, and digitally, because you can scan faces and shit, Instagram, Snapchat, take her face, put it on this face, and it looks like it's actually a porn of her.
Yeah.
Damn.
Moving them faces.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. Continue.
yeah, they do it for celebrities, they do it for YouTubers, like anything. I'm like, damn, can't y'all just close your eyes? Like, yeah. So there was this group, and they had like this like server where they would like trade like fake nudes of all the girls.
Wow.
And it was private. And in order to get access, you had to like send the leader of the group like a photo of your favorite girl like naked. So my friend, like I told him about it as a joke, haha. And then like he texted me like 3 hours later. He's like, I've infiltrated the group.
Oh my God.
And I was like, bro, I really don't want to know. Like, I don't care. And then he starts sending me like all these Photoshop pictures, and I'm like, these are good.
Wow.
But there was one thing that these people were trying to do. They had put a bounty out, like for all
For
of
the
us,
real ones?
for $1,000, and these dudes were like trying to like hack into our phones. I was
Holy
like,
shit.
yeah, I was like, yo, joke's on y'all. I got an iPhone 6 and I've never used the cloud because I don't trust the government. And then like there was one guy that made a comment, and like my man was smart too. He was like, we've got to hack into their boyfriend's phone. Their ex-boyfriend's phone. They've got to have their nudes. I was like, no, but good lead. Keep going.
That was
I just don't
smart of
understand the
you.
obsession. It's crazy. They could use all of that for something else, but no.
It's actually crazy. So I didn't realize that there were so many deep fakes for not celebrities until Steve made a comment one time. We were doing the all male JK News, and he was like, yeah, blah blah blah. You would go online and find fucking video of my wife getting fucked, and I was like, wait, there's So there's a Nicki
deepfake?
Limo deepfake, and I was like, holy shit, this looks so real.
Oh my
This is crazy.
I mean, at that point, it's probably better than the real thing because I need to
like,
work
dang,
out.
babe.
That's right. I need to work out a little bit. The body is not what it once was.
You ever see one and been like, damn, that looks good?
I mean, not look at mine personally, but like if I saw one where like the titties were looking right, like thin waist, like big butt, I'm like, yes, that is me.
Yeah, that one specifically. Don't look at the other ones. Just
It's
that
correct.
one.
And then if it's not a good one, like we're like ambiguous, so we could be like,
that's true.
you didn't get the nipple color right. Sorry, because it's a roll of the dice. Is it dark? Is it invisible?
That's
Is
true.
it pink? You don't know.
Invisible, man, that's a rare
Can we
one.
not talk about nipples, please? Can we just like one
No.
We're
titty
not
nipple?
gonna bring it back up.
Please.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be so mad. Everybody's so mad at me.
No, we're
still.
not gonna do that. But Boze, do you prefer your nipples sucked or jiggled?
To each their own. Remember, people, different strokes for different folks.
I heard about that controversy. I think that we should say as a blanket statement, we like our nipples appreciated. And I
Okay.
think that in both forms, they are being appreciated.
You
Yeah.
are a professional.
That is a very yes,
You have done this before.
that's a great answer. But
Great lie.
but also-
Amazing lie.
I'm taking notes.
but facts though, everybody's different. Everybody's
Yeah.
into their own thing, whether that be getting your nipples sucked or your whole titty jiggled or what may have you, or looking up deep fakes of Boze on her subreddit. Oh, have you heard of WikiFeet?
Yeah. Did you?
What?
Yeah.
Did I what?
We all have the same question right now.
No,
well, I
no,
mean,
no.
because it's like a running joke that I have an incredibly high rating on WikiFeet.
Really?
But no, seriously, it actually really is. I know what my rating is. I'm a 4.9, and it
No.
says beautiful feet.
Really? Okay, so check this out. I just got put onto WikiFeet because
A
of
lot
Nicki.
of just happening for you.
No,
Just
because
heard
Nicki
about
Limo.
it.
I was on set with Nicki
Yeah.
I feel
Limo.
like there's a lot of lies on today's episode.
Check it out. These are all facts. I discovered a website called WikiFeet, and there's not a lot of guys on WikiFeet. It's all girls mainly, right? I guarantee you have a WikiFeet page, and
Yeah, I
if you
probably
if
do.
you look up your name on WikiFeet, it's all just pictures of your feet.
I got a nice feet.
Let's skip the website. Pop a toe out.
Pop a toe out,
Like, excuse me,
And
I
then-
have nice feet. I'm not ashamed
and
of my
then
feet.
she's gonna suck your toe, and I'm gonna jiggle your whole foot.
And then you got to tell us which one you like more.
Which is better?
But not so. They,
Ricky's going to sit there like, well.
I'm gonna look straight.
Rick is gonna.
Hey,
I
y'all
am
weird.
not here. Rick's like, I have nothing to do with this. Everything's up.
so they rate your feet, and people like, and so you have a
4.9.
4.9.
Out of
Wow,
10.
that's right. Out of 10? Wait.
No, out of 5. Oh, out of 5. Out of 5.
Wow, that's a really good. I feel like
They're
That's my
honestly,
Uber
they're pretty
rating.
lenient because like I have like, like y'all know how like sometimes like white people have like the second toe is longer than the first one.
that's a lot of people, not just white people, have
I've
that.
only seen that in white folks, but it's also because like with like like I try not to look down. Like white people, I'm I don't know where to look. Sometimes I look at the foot, sometimes I look at the face. Like, I don't know. But yeah, well, okay, is your toe like that?
No, first of all, let's go back to that because that's
Sorry.
here's our next clip
I'm
for
just saying
the new debate.
No, that's just a funny statement that I feel like we should pay attention to. She said she notices white people's feet more because she doesn't want to make eye contact, and I just think that's really funny.
It's hilarious. I was
That
gonna
says a
gloss
lot
over
about
it.
what I think about myself.
I just think it was a statement that was easily glossed over, and I feel like y'all should appreciate that.
What is your interpretation of it? Is it like I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, or
I mean, I think all ethnics, when you kind of walk by some white people. Quick little disclaimer: when I talk about white people here, I'm talking about old white people specifically. All right. It's one of two things, right? You either you look down because you just don't want to deal with anything, or you do the
The white face?
The fake smile.
Yeah, but to be fair, I do that to not just white people. I do that to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
the smile?
I
I feel like that's the I'm afraid of rejection smile because you don't want to commit to a full smile.
not a full smile, exactly.
Yeah, because if you commit to a full smile and they don't smile back, like it hurts a little
No,
bit.
that's just
you
if
know?
I make eye contact, I catch myself. I'm like, I didn't mean to look at you, but you're kind of in my.
Well,
vision.
that's the thing too, right? I mean, so you do the face because, like, I don't know, man. With white people, here's for me personally, and I feel like, and this is only a small scale because the way I dress, I'm like you know, and Rick is black, so I feel like this is why I feel like no. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there because I feel like you don't want to intimidate white people.
Yeah.
And so for me, like dress like what may be interpreted
Oh, God.
interpreted as like, yo, he's like a hoodlum. You know what I'm saying? You don't wanna scare white people. So I feel like I don't have to worry about scaring white people as much as you might have to worry about scaring white people. Is what I'm saying.
I only care about if it's like an older white lady.
Right.
She looks a little fearful.
I think I
If
scare
it's anybody else, I'm like, feel how you feel, bro.
I know I just scare people in general. I know it.
I don't think that's what it is.
But
for
I don't know
you.
if it's like what I don't know. Like
You mean
for the most
tough-ass
part,
Nikki Blade?
no, for the most part, I really am dressed down. I'm always in sweats. I'm always in sweats and I'm in a hoodie.
Terrifying.
Until you walk up and you realize I'm like 5'9". When I walk past Tim, you think I'm gonna look down and make eye contact with him?
But
I'm like,
it's-
excuse me, Tim.
It's never that
I want you to look at me.
But it's not that you're scaring anybody,
But it's
Nikki
not.
Blade.
But I don't ever worry about scaring a white person. Like, you know, I don't ever worry about scaring somebody because I just assume. I naturally have learned to not make eye contact with people because I'm probably more afraid of you than, you know, that whole situation. Because if I look at you and we lock eyes, you might try to talk to me, and that scares me.
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
Yeah.
For women's, it's different. Why you might not want to make eye contact with somebody. Do you feel that you, as a woman, do you avoid eye contact with men's because you're afraid as soon as you make eye contact, they might want to try and holler?
Well, when you make eye contact, you give them the open. You give them the okay. And I think that part of the reason why I've like my entire life, I've really avoided a lot of like harassment or anything like that. Well, like I think like for two reasons. Like if I'm walking by and somebody gives me like says like, "Oh, you're looking good," I'm like, "Oh, that's a compliment. I still got it." I'm 27. Like, you know, we're getting up there. I need a little like
a little encouragement.
Yeah, I need a little encouragement like in passing. But then also I kind of realized that like people don't approach me too much because like sometimes I seem like a bitch. Like I don't give you the opening, you know? And like I'm pretty dominant and stuff, and sometimes guys are looking for a girl that they can just like, you know, kind of steamroll over.
I feel like some days, do you feel like some days when you're out, you give off a different energy? I know some days I'm nice to everyone. Everyone is getting a smile. What's up, mom? Like, what's up? Hey, have a good day. You want to take a photo? I'm sorry, I gotta go. Oh, that's so nice of you. Some days I'm really nice, and some days I'm just like, don't look at me, don't talk to me. I want nothing to do with the world. Leave me alone.
I think we're all like that sometimes, you know?
I wouldn't say guys are looking for someone to steamroll over, but I do feel like guys are more likely to approach if they feel like they have an in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you know,
But there are a lot of dudes who think eye contact is that in.
Okay,
Right.
I hear, she looking.
right?
She must be
past
interested.
her. That's it.
I can't see far. I wear contacts. I'm just trying to figure out your face.
See, the perfect example of an in was so I went to a bar like the other night. Like I came by in the night. I just wanted some food. I was gonna get me like a glass of wine, chill. It's near my house. Go home, right? This dude sits down next to me, and I'm like, you know, not a big deal. But like, I get the vibe. Do you ever get the vibe that you know it's coming?
I know.
And like, it's not even like it's not a cocky thing. It's just like you can tell when they're kind of matching your energy.
Yeah, like women do that too when you're just sitting at a place and they just want to spark a conversation. You can just tell people kind of.
Yeah, you're right. It's
both.
it's blanket. So like I'm sitting next to this dude and I'm on my phone, and so he keeps looking at me, and then eventually he pulls out his phone, and I'm like, great, I'm gonna stay on my phone. I'm safe. He's gonna be over there. Like, leave me the fuck alone. It's 11 o'clock. I don't want to talk to you. And then the food comes out, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta put the phone away. And as soon as I put the phone down, he's like, hey, that looks pretty good. He was like, I ordered that last time, but it was cold. Let me know if you like it this time.
Oh my god!
And I was like, you gave me a
watches
call
you
to
eat.
action to respond.
But do you think it was because of where you were sitting as well?
Well, the funny thing is that I was sitting in the seat. There was 2 empty seats next to me, and there was about 4 throughout the bar. And this guy was already seated at the other end of the bar. And the bartender puts down the menu. He's like, hey, I'm gonna set my friend Rocco up, you know, right here. And like, I'm looking like, and at first I'm like, oh, his friend's coming in, but I see this dude come 10 seats down and walk over to sit next to me, and I'm like, great.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
Rocco.
Yeah,
Sit your ass over
Rocco.
there.
But that's him waiting for the end, and I was like, yeah. Well, I was like, if you see me send it back, then I must not have liked it.
Oh man, that is strange. So how was the food? Was it cold?
No,
Was
it was
good?
like not that good.
What was it?
It was a mini fried chicken meal.
Oh.
Yeah.
From where?
Happy hour. It was like some bar. They had like a little mashed potatoes, a little bit of like chicken,
okay.
a little bit of corn. I was like, this This is nice.
What did you have to drink?
Oh, red wine.
Okay.
Oh, y'all got alcohol?
Oh, yes.
we do. Oh, yeah. Let's hear. Let's
sorry.
pour. Oh, there's
Rick,
your,
that
yeah.
was, yeah.
Here, while we pour, Nikki, could you pour? I'm
yeah.
going to look up a question
Oh,
for
right.
Boze
That's
from
a
the
good-
viewers while you while you
thank you.
get a shot.
Okay.
Oh, are we doing like a shot? Oh,
Do you want a shot or do you want to sip? It's
I
completely
mean, it's
on
up
you.
to you.
I wanna take a
We're
shot.
just not allowed to give up. Okay.
I'm going to Vegas tomorrow, so I'm like, let's get this started
Are
now.
you?
Pre-game the day before. Damn.
What is the occasion for Vegas tomorrow?
I'm going with JK family.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah, I feel bad because David can't go
I can't reach
because
in this dress.
we're going to Arizona to shoot a Send Foods episode.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, so all the JK people are like, oh, fucking Send Foods taking David away from us. And I'm like, ha, he's my friend now.
That's funny.
All right, so you said you were shooting this or sipping this?
Oh, I was gonna shoot it. Y'all can see.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I mean, it's guest choice.
Oh my God, ride or dies.
Yeah. And Rick is here
Cheers.
for moral support.
Rick's chilling. You guys know the story by now.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The moon is nice.
Damn, y'all.
I'm so sorry.
You poured me a hefty one.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't even finish my own.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all about to hit me with Boze gets drunk. I used to work at Smosh, and like on Smosh, there was like no alcohol, PG, family friendly. I couldn't even talk about alcohol.
Really?
So the fact that there's about to be footage of me drunk is like,
We're, I
Oh,
don't
you
think
mean
drunk.
in all the JK vlogs is what you're talking about.
no, here.
Here, you're not about to be drunk.
Oh,
No, you'll be fine.
Y'all gonna
Yeah.
monitor me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only get one.
You
You're
get
done.
you get another half of one.
That's right, Rick. He is here for moral
He is
support.
here.
Oh, are
Rick
you?
knows.
Are you what you would consider a lightweight?
Yeah, but I get really bad hangovers, and so like I want to function the next day.
Hey man, you about to be in Vegas? What you mean? Pour another shot.
No,
Okay, so let's see. We got a question it's a lengthy one, but it covers a lot, so I feel like we might as well read this one.
okay, wait, are these just for me? Do we answer community?
No, this is
That's
for
for you.
For
Oh.
Boze.
Yeah.
And we're
Okay.
just gonna do this.
Okay, all right.
Caramel eel.
Hi, caramel.
What do y'all say? Caramel or caramel?
Depends on who
Either.
I'm talking to.
Caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree, but I always kind of automatically go to caramel. But anyways, Caramel Eel says, ask, hey, Boze is a super down-to-earth girl, and it always seems like she's seen some shit in her days. That was in all caps. Got any juicy stories to share about violence, gangs, strippers, hoes, shady bitches, relationship gossip, anything?
Oh my God.
Violence and
Wow.
gangs is
Like
hilarious.
straight into it.
First off, I feel like, are we safe right now with her here?
Well, I mean, first, how do you take the statement that you seem like you've seen some shit?
I have.
Have you?
Oh.
So here, this is a really broad question.
Okay.
So what does this question automatically make you revert back to and think of? What do you want to share as a result of this question?
Well, I'm trying to think of like story wise, but like, and this is gonna be like kind of a lame part, but I'm gonna give y'all the intel into my brain. I'm gonna give you like the like kind of sad shit because that's a little of the
damn.
tea. That's like
Okay.
yeah,
Give
and then
it
we
to
go
us.
into the next one.
Yeah,
okay.
it'll get so much views. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the real shit though. So long story short, I'm like, kid raised by single mom, daddy wasn't there. That puts feelings into people immediately.
okay.
With kids, that's like immediate abandonment issues.
Right.
And I was raised like in the South, so I went to this like all black church, but I wasn't black enough for the black kids. So I dealt with like a lot of issues with that, and I felt like I didn't belong. Well, my mom is like hyper educated. She like wants, the kid to do well. She wants me to like be in a good school, learning environment. So she moves me to a different city, new school. Well, that school's full of white people, and the white people ain't want me either.
Right.
So as like a 6, 7, 8-year-old, daddy didn't want me. My race didn't want me. Nobody else wanted me. So I saw the world through a lens of it's me against everyone.
Okay.
And so like I kind of did go my whole life like starting shit, like assuming that like everyone fucking hated me, And when you live your life through that filter of pain, you go through a lot of shit. I mean like it's it is kind of your fault, but when that's ingrained in you like as a child, like what do you do? And I say that because there's a lot of people that have been through something similar.
Do you feel like it made you like more standoffish, or you just weren't as able to trust people?
I took things more personally.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes you think that like everything is like a personal attack on you, and like it took me a long time as an adult to realize sometimes people are having a bad day. Like the whole world is not fucking about you, Boze.
Right.
And so you manifest a lot of issues from that. I mean, so throughout your life, when you run into shitty people, but you are not yourself fully developed, you chaos.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolute chaos.
Do you feel like where you were raised had a lot to do with what you dealt with?
Early on, yeah. I was born in like backwoods country. I was born in like a 1,000 square foot house with 6 people, like in Virginia, you know? But I never thought about that. I didn't even realize it until a few months ago when the grandparents sent me a Christmas card and their address was on it. And I just kind of got bored and looked up the whole house and I was like, holy shit, I came from a 1,000 square foot house with all those motherfuckers in it.
Yeah.
But, and you know, you don't even think about that stuff.
Well, yeah, because you said you went to an all black school, and then everything that you were saying, I'm going, yeah, if you lived in California, it'd be a different experience for you. Because I don't.
Right.
You know.
No, totally.
Are you guys all from Cali originally?
I'm from Hawaii.
Oh, dude, so I moved to LA about 3 years ago, and one day, like when I'm not fucking kidding. I'm leaving from the work, and like a coworker is like, "Oh yeah, I'll drop you off at home," and he was white, and I was like, "You trust me?" and I thought that, and like I'm serious, and
really?
like that's how some people's brain works. I mean, I was in Virginia for over 20 years.
That's deep, bro.
Yeah,
That's really deep.
And like that was like real. That was real.
Yeah.
And like I love LA. Now this is, oh my god. So speaking of like racism, I also dated this racist ass dude when I was 20. Right?
White boy.
Okay.
White
So
boy?
yeah, but like also it was fun for me because I knew he was a little racist, and I was like, but I'm gonna get that, and he's gonna be dating a black girl, and so eat all your words, right?
Okay.
But I just realized how fucking racist this dude was the other day.
Okay.
So like
What'd he do?
I logged onto Facebook for the first time in a while, and like his dad that I used to cook meals for, they had made some post about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or whatever. And like, you know, I don't care about politics, I don't give a shit. But I
Right.
scrolled down and the dad was leaving comments, and he was like, that N-word, you know, and I was like, bro. And then he left like 4 comments in a row, and like the 4th one was like, she needs to go back to Walmart where her mammy should have left her. And I was like, bro, I was like, I made you katsu chicken. That was your favorite food. Yeah. And so like I went back, oh my god, I didn't bring my phone in here, but I went back on the guy I dated, his Instagram, and like there was a post he had where it was like a picture of an old like Civil War road or something in Virginia, and he was like typing out this like long post, and there was one line where he was like, when I walk through these roads, I can feel the patriot surging inside of me.
Oh,
You slept with that.
I dated him for like 6
back
years,
a little bit.
and I was like,
The patriot was surging inside of you for a time.
He walked that path time and time again.
yeah, and you know, it's funny to me, like when people in California are so like, you know, surprised and don't understand racism. I'm like, oh no, this is very real, and you guys are not going to change these people at all. Like the
Right.
patriot is flowing. Like that's some scary shit.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's facts though. It's like we grew up in an area that's so diverse, so it's kind
I
of
didn't.
like no.
No.
Where are you from?
So originally from Hawaii, then I moved to the Central Valley. So like where your almonds, where all your cows come, like where all that comes from is where I was. Literally, I just went to a festival.
Cows are in Hawaii?
Oh my God. Yes. Actually, side note, that's another discussion. We're not going to have that today.
No.
But we're not going to go into that today.
I hope not.
Up until like where I am, you can still go and see it. So I work at a hip hop station during the week. So I work at a hip hop station out in Stockton, and we can go out there and you can still see Confederate flags everywhere. There's very diverse. It's very like, I have to be particular about what I speak about on air.
Is Confederate flags in Stockton?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's it's still happening, and a lot of other areas aren't as developed like you were talking about. So that's why I immediately jumped to, do you feel if you were raised anywhere else that you would have a different view? Because you said you were surprised he felt safe with you, which that shocks the shit out of me. Like I couldn't even imagine thinking, is he feeling comfortable by being in my presence right now?
So
Yeah.
Are you mixed? Because you said you didn't feel comfortable like with the white people or the black people. So
Well, I mean, I was trying to be friends with everyone, and they were just like, nope. Like, I literally got like bullied, like harassed, like physically abused by the black girls at this church.
Why?
So I was just different, and I was like an easy target.
What's
you know?
your mix?
Oh, I'm black, a little bit white, and Native American.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Oh, so where'd you learn how to cook katsu chicken?
I can cook anything. I can cook anything, dude. Yeah, my dad's a chef. I was like anything, I can learn how to cook it in a minute.
Dope.
Okay.
Yeah, dope.
Okay. Well,
Damn,
damn.
that got really deep.
Yeah.
What? I said I'm hit y'all with it. I'm open book. Let's ride.
But that was
ready.
a great question that led into a lot of insight.
Yeah,
That was good.
I mean, it was that question could have went anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
It sounded like it was going to go
strippers.
somewhere silly.
But now with what you said, I'm like, why would they even say gangs and strippers? Like, I don't even understand where that came from.
Well, I mean, and I'm sure that there's stories, and we'll probably get into it at some point in this podcast or the next one. But I'm saying, like, you know, a lot of it was people fucking suck, but I was also not in the best headspace, so there was a lot of clashing through my life. So yeah, I've been through some shit.
So at what point were you did you become like comfortable with who you are, and like, you know, were you not able to be angry anymore?
Oh, I would say about 1.5 years ago.
Damn, that's recent.
Yeah.
So wait, you said you're 27?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did it for you?
So I got swept up. I was doing my own thing, streaming on Twitch for like 2 or 3 years or so, and this company called me, Smosh, and they were like, "Yo, you want to come out here and do what you're doing out there?" And I was like, "Of course." And I mean, like, when you live your life in like a very bleak state of depression for like 20 years, like, this is gonna sound really fucking lame, but when you've never been like happy or felt accepted in your entire life, everything's gray. There is no like, you know, green side of the field. And this is also why I'm terrified of people that are in a bad space that have nothing to live for, because I understand how dark it gets, and that you can't hold yourself back, because why would you? What are you protecting? And so about a little less than 2 years ago, you know, I joined Smosh. I got this fantastic fan base. I finally had a career. I'm living in this great city with amazing weather. I'm surrounded by people that are professional and like inspirational, and like it's gonna sound so whack, but I literally finally had something to live for. And so I started exploring myself and wanting to develop myself and be the best person I could be.
That's not whack. That's beautiful.
That's amazing.
That's beautiful.
I feel like it's
that's so
but
great.
that's like real. That's why I said, like, I'm an open book. I'll talk about some shit, but like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the reason why like I'm kind of like funny or like big personality is because like comedy was my defense mechanism.
Yeah.
So when you ask me questions about like hurt and shit, like, I'm gonna hit you with it.
Yeah, no, there's so many people that want to hear that too, because there's the facade, right? Like everybody, like every single one of us on here makes jokes at times, but I talk about all the shit that I've gone through. Everybody talks about their different stories.
Yeah.
So it's nice that it from another perspective and from another part of the country, you know, what you went through, and now you're here, and what LA really means to a lot of people, because that perception is one thing.
This shit is sick.
It's like LA is lit.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I'm not. So you talked about Smosh bringing you out here, right? I'm not gonna ask about why you left Smosh. You already did it on David's podcast, and I feel like, you know, I don't want to be repetitive. But
why'd you leave?
But tell us.
But so now that you're not working with Smosh, and you're still doing your thing out here in LA. What's the move? What are you doing now?
The move. Well, so yeah, I did talk about some of this stuff on a David's podcast, but for me, like, I didn't necessarily finish college. I did a lot of freelance like marketing when I started when I was like 16 or 17. But I did not have a firm resume, a corporate career, like nothing like that. And I was like, dog, I'm not about to be on this YouTube channel for like 4 years when like I don't have any tangible skills yet. I haven't done anything with my life. I don't know. And I was like, I don't want to be like an actor 5 years after this, so I need to, you know, figure something else out. So I career pathed into marketing. I basically started picking up freelance shit. Like in January, I started building a portfolio. I was like, let's do this. So I worked at a legal field in marketing, and like they didn't know what they were doing.
There's
a
lot of people don't know.
They did not know. So like within a few weeks, they were like, "Can you run the marketing department?" And I was like, "Yes, the fuck I can." I was like, "Oh, yes, I can." And then and like, you know, after a while, I was there for a while, but the people were older. The company culture was not really good. And I found this company that, like, I haven't said where I'm working yet, but I will eventually. Big ass, like, $1 billion company. Like, I'm telling you, when I told some of my friends that I'm working at this place, they were like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you get that? They were like, weren't you just playing games a year ago? And I was like, that's right, and I'm driven, bitch. I'm driven. Yeah. I completely transitioned into marketing in about 7 months, got like huge raises, moved on to the next thing. And I think that the happiest thing for me right now is for someone that had no idea where they were going in life, whether their life was worth shit, like what the fuck they were doing. The happiest thing for me is to have security in the fact that I have a career now. Like, I will never have to suck dick to like pay rent,
Unless you want to.
Yeah, exactly. But like I've thought about that before. Like I've thought about that. I'm like, I'm gonna be homeless one day. Like I'm gonna have to like suck somebody off for like, like a couple hundred. And like, I'm driven.
She's expensive.
I'm driven, Tim. I'm driven.
Yeah, I know. I see
Overall.
that.
So like there's just so much security for me, like to know that like I have a career and then for like my ducks are in order and I fucking did it. And so it gives me the validation to myself that I needed. And things are stable right now. So like a bitch is happy.
Hey, get it. Look, so many white people are going to trust you now.
Dude, I got my credit score up and everything. I live in a nice neighborhood.
Score.
I'm white on paper.
Hey, so are you still going to make gaming videos on YouTube?
I don't do gaming stuff anymore. I can't do it. I don't have the attention span for it anymore.
How'd you get into that?
My hands don't move as fast because I was fucking lonely. Yeah, dead serious. I started playing video games when I was like 10 because when I was like really young, like I would say like 12 or 13, like there weren't a lot of girls gaming like 15 years ago.
Right.
So whenever I would hop on voice, they'd be like, hey, can everyone get on comms? And I'd be like, hey guys. And they'd be like, are you a fucking girl? So I got my validation in my younger years by being good at games and by being one of the few girls like, doing shit. So I just stayed in the gaming community. I was doing that shit for like 15 years.
That's dope.
So I'm allowed to have a career in it after
this
a
shit.
while.
Yeah, get this shit,
All
man.
of it.
Motherfucking Boze. Hey, let's get it.
That's the goal.
All right, well, damn,
That was great.
that was great.
Okay.
All right, you can leave now. No.
Get out.
I think we
You
got all that
can't
we
top
need.
that.
She made the white people statement. We're going to use that. That's what we're going with.
There's
this
just gonna be
whole
a
episode.
clip on his Instagram where I'm just like, white people.
Like,
Find out what
That's
this
it. That's it. Dum, dum, dum.
white people have long toes, and I know
Only
that.
in the middle.
Tim got really offended when that happened. He's like, not only white people
No,
have that.
it wasn't that I was offended. It was just that because I wanted you to know that that's a thing for everyone.
Yeah.
Because one of my main homegirls that had one toe longer than the other is Asian, and some people feel like that's good luck. To have the if you have the second toe longer than the big toe, some people say that means you're gonna come into a lot of money.
Oh.
Yeah. I've heard
I need
that.
to stretch this toe.
I mean, look. So I mean, I'm gonna go on WikiFeet later. I'm gonna check out your toes. I'm gonna see.
He's gonna verify. He's like, Boze fucking lies about our WikiFeet score.
She's like, that is not a 4.9.
I'm gonna go back on WikiFeet later.
Let's see. So let's see. We got a whole bunch of crazy questions
Oh,
here,
hit me.
and we got time for, at least one or two, I think. Let's see. Okay, what is this about? This is a really personal one. I feel it's
Okay.
really specific.
Shit, you got just as scared as I did.
It's not
He
even.
somehow loops me into it. I don't know.
It's not even dirty. It's just weird. Someone said this guy name is KJ Ultimate 17. Is that familiar for you?
No.
Okay, because he says, I think Boze is fine as hell, but all I can think about is when she was chilling at the house and I got to see her loose earlobes dangling because she took her gauges out.
Wait, is that the rest of the comment?
That's it.
Is that
is
it?
this-
Wait, let me see this person's Instagram. I want to see like if I.
That's so weird when
this
people
is-
do that.
This is this
Very
person.
weird.
No, he's got a YouTube channel, so he probably. Yeah, I don't know. That's okay.
Is it someone that knows
Do
you
you know
personally?
him?
No. Okay,
You
so.
wanted it to
this
seem
is
like that.
A factual
How many houses
statement.
do you go to and just take out your gauges?
Well, let's be real. This guy wants to fuck my earlobe.
Well,
because-
yeah.
But no,
He's like, and it was dangling so low.
yeah, that's like that one time that Boze spread her toes, and I was like, that's the
Oh,
perfect
God.
width for my dick. I don't. Is that a question?
Oh God.
No, not really, but
He
like,
just wanted people to know that he's been in the same house
Wow.
as you. and
Tim's
your
like,
loose
we have time
lobes.
for one more question.
Yeah.
So those loose
Loose
lobes.
These
lobes. So
lobes.
can you please tell us about
but
that?
these are facts. You had gauges, yeah.
I still have gauges.
Oh, you still have gauges. How big are
But
they?
they're not that
can you show?
big. Hold on, yeah, I can. But like, so they're.
So loose.
Oh,
you want me to take it out? See, look. It's
No,
like,
you ain't got to do
It's
all
not
that.
even
I
that.
mean,
It's
no,
not
that's
even that.
loose ass gauge.
Yeah,
It kind of looks like a butterfly wing.
I thought you were gonna say a butthole, and I was like, yes.
No, I
kind of.
butthole wasn't the first thing that comes to my mind. I said a butterfly wing, which
Yeah.
Well, shit. How long have you had your gauges? How your
I had
yeah.
okay, so I had them. It's like a symbol.
Is
Oh.
it for what, girl?
Yeah.
Lay it on us.
It's like a symbol. So I had them when I was younger, and then I took them out because like I didn't want them dangling anymore, and like I put them back in because I wasn't getting recognized by my people anymore.
What you mean?
The emo kids.
Oh, that's why you put them back in.
It's like a bat symbol. So I don't really do the piercings anymore. I took out like my nose ring, my lip ring, all that stuff.
Why don't
but
you wear
I still
black
have a
eyeliner
little,
then?
I don't know. Because
No,
that's
legit
just,
question.
it's
Like,
like-
that's normally like first sign is dark
like
rings
all
around the eye.
around.
I mean, yes.
It's like a little bat signal for like past emo kids. Because like, come on, is there like ever a thing that somebody's wearing or doing, and you know that like you would have been friends with that kid when you were younger?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
And you can't like you can't necessarily maybe think of what it is right now. Like, but I mean, it's like bat symbol. Like if I'm, if I see somebody at work and they got gauges too, I'm like.
Yeah. You were sad when I was sad. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like still holding on to our sadness because that's what we were built on.
All right, here's a funny question
Okay.
from sav.yam.wontons_. I just thought it'd be funny just to talk about it because you do make chicken katsu, or was it pork katsu?
Oh, it was chicken.
Chicken katsu.
Yeah.
Have you ever slept with an Asian man?
Okay. Oh, so this is.
Is he Asian?
Oh, this is.
I mean, it said there's yams and what else is in that one?
Yeah, this is an Asian man. Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you.
Why are you
about,
curling the hair? She said so.
Let me. So this is like it's. Oh, you want crazy boyfriend story?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Whatever
All right.
you got.
Share.
Okay, so I dated, and I'm gonna say his name because, like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say his name because it's an integral part of the story. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
and somebody might recognize this guy because he's definitely still slinging sneakers somewhere.
I thought you were about to say dick.
Dang, we all got dick. You slanging dick. That's why she said she don't want to have to suck dick for rent money. She knows.
He's slanging sneakers.
So
Go ahead.
probably. So I did. So I saw this guy and I was like, I want that. And like, I'm not gonna lie. Like to this day, like he's still a good looking guy.
Yeah.
He was an Argentinian born Korean named Esteban.
Oh shit.
Like he's full blooded Korean.
But he was born in Argentina.
Yes, his
Okay.
parents like left Korea, went to Argentina, started businesses there. Something happened, got shut down, and they had to move to America, and they were fucking pissed about it.
Okay.
They hated America, didn't want to learn English, like no nothing, and so I dated this guy, and like things were it wasn't good at all. Like it was like dating like a mirror of myself. Like when we would argue, we would basically say the same shit but different sentences, and like so none of us would ever win. It was so weird. And so like and this guy, he would always like buy me shit that I didn't want, that like he wanted me to like wear and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like he was cute, like he was good, like arm candy. So I was like, I'm never gonna do any better. Let's just
Oh God.
I was like, let's keep this going. And so I think the final turning point was like I finally met his mom, right? And I started learning Korean so that I could talk to his mom because like I just love learning foreign languages and shit.
Yeah.
And we would like talk occasionally, and then like one day, like I guess she like wanted me to hear it but didn't want like this is other racism shit. Like, this is just wild. So I guess she wanted me to hear it, but like didn't want to say it to my face. It was one of those things. She went into his room and in English told him, "You never bring a black girl home," and then gave him a tier list for what girls by race he could date.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Holy damn.
dead ass. Wait, y'all want to know the tier list?
Please.
She told him.
Kinda
She was
no.
like, no. You're like,
Go ahead.
you're like, no. He said no.
I'm gonna be mad.
She literally told him, she was like, first you bring, and like it gets like, I was like, what the fuck? She told him, first you bring home like she said Korean or Chinese,
Right.
then Japanese, then white, then Hispanic or black, and then she said Vietnamese or Filipino.
What?
Wow.
Dead
Whoa.
ass.
I'm
Dead
double- I'm
fucking ass.
multiple offended.
That's what
Every
she told
part
him.
of me is on that list on the
I
low
was
end.
like,
I'm on the
and
low
I
end
was
of
like,
that.
I mean, like, she wanted me to hear it because she said it in English, and I was like, bro, and like, I didn't hear him say shit after that, and so, like, later, obviously, we get into an argument. I'm like, no, you ain't gonna like defend me like that. He's
Yeah.
like, and he was like, that's my mom, and I was like,
And he's
all
like,
right.
look, at least you're before Vietnamese and Filipino.
I feel like that was part of the conversation. I was like, Esty, that is not okay.
Holy
Like,
shit.
yeah. So like that's when we both like kind of mutually realized like this is not gonna
Yeah, the
work.
longevity
This
of it
is
is-
not. Yeah. So like I was like, oh fuck, I can't date Asian guys anymore.
What? That turned you off for Asian guys forever?
I was
Thanks a lot,
terrified.
Mom.
I was like, cause
Wow.
like it put. I'm like, okay, great. Well, this is it. But
They're
you know,
not
like
all like that.
I still be looking.
Just most. I'm joking.
Not all Asian parents are like
No.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. But yeah, that was my experience. With
Damn, that's actually kind of crazy that they grew up in Argentina and
Right,
they're
I was
still
just thinking
so
the same
racist.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mad weird. Sorry, that was like I feel like I've given y'all so many downers.
No. It's really
Kinda.
like,
Oh shit.
But in a good way.
but that's what a lot of parents, there are so many people that are probably going to be like, yeah,
dealt
my
with
mom
similar.
said that in silence, and I'm not allowed to talk about it. But
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy because, you know, and that's why I'm so grateful I grew up in such a diverse area, because my parents were already super laid back from the beginning. And I remember feeling like, okay, before my dad realized just the type of things I was into, I remember like early on I was just walking, and he was like, why are you walking like a black guy? I was like, what you mean? I was like, what you mean, Dad? I'm like, this is I'm just walking.
I'm just walking.
You know what I'm saying? and then you know, as time went on, and he realized he's like, and just the type of things I was into, and he saw like me hanging out with my friends and stuff, it was like, oh, okay, this is just who he is. You know what I'm saying? And any preconceived notion he had was like changed because of how diverse the area was and diverse my friends were. And I remember feeling, as a little kid, I remember crying one day because I felt like my mom really wanted me to end up with a Thai girl, and I was crying. She's like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "Cause I don't know if I'm gonna end up with a Thai girl." Because I knew I liked different shit.
oh man,
Isn't that stressful though? Because you don't want to like disappoint like your parents. Like you feel like you know you build.
I disappointed mine.
Yeah, no, me too. I was like, you know, I had like a time where I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna do what I want.
Imagine people telling you are this much Hawaiian, and in order for you to get land, you must make a baby with another Hawaiian so you can get homestead. And literally, I was told that growing up, like, you have rights to the mana, to the land. And I'm like, where are the Hawaiians at? Because I'm looking around like I'm the only one. So who the hell am I supposed to sleep with?
Yeah,
and, make these
and he
babies
gotta
that
look
you
good,
want?
and I gotta like him.
Man, I was in an arranged relationship in high school.
Word?
Yeah, my first actual boyfriend I was allowed to have, he was Hawaiian and Puerto Rican. And it was actually because I couldn't get a date to my senior prom.
Because you all tall and shit.
No, it's because everyone
Nobody
was
hit their-
afraid of my dad. Everyone was afraid of my dad, so nobody asked me. So I legitimately, my senior year of high school.
Her dad was Maui from Moana.
I am picturing like
I was like, you know what, not
big dude.
you are not too far off, but with green eyes. So I had to ask my dad to help me find a date for prom, and he went. In one of the places he was working at, my dad was a bouncer at the time. The other bouncer at the club was Hawaiian, and just so happened to live not too far away. They let us meet each other, and it literally, like, I remember after a softball game, I was taken to his house to meet him and his family.
Damn, after one dance.
Creepy.
Not even one dance. It was before, to meet up before to see if we would go to prom together.
Oh my God.
He came down the stairs, and I looked at my dad and I said, "You fucked up," because he was good looking. He was really attractive. And I was like, "Oh yeah, come on down. Hi, nice to meet you. Let's go." He was 6'4". He was really good looking.
She said, "I'm gonna give me some land."
I was like, "Yes,
Get me
I'm
some
gonna give me some
land.
land. We gonna have some really, really pretty babies." I looked at my dad, and they both looked at each other, and they were like, "We fucked up." We didn't know, because they didn't actually. Both of our parents didn't know what either of us looked like. So my dad didn't show. Yeah.
Oh.
So my dad didn't show. No, my dad didn't show
I get it
his
now.
dad. His dad didn't show my dad. So we actually all met for the first time. They were like, "What the fuck?"
You seen him coming down. You said, "Lou, wow."
Yes. I said, "Here come my husband." Mm-hmm. But
Is that him or is that his brother?
That was him.
Oh, tell him to
That's
come on
him.
down.
That's
Come on
him.
down.
And he got a brother, Chrissy, sister, come here. Look, there's two of them.
We gonna get us some land.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I totally understand that. It's Tim crying. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You really
I
are.
didn't
You're
cry.
all lost.
I mean, I never cried.
proud
Did
of-
you ever deal with anything like this?
What?
I don't know what we're talking about.
Nah.
No. What your
Can't nobody
parents
tell me shit.
What your parents say about?
I mean, they knew from the beginning they couldn't tell me shit. And everybody in my family is like all mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
I got Puerto Rican nephews and white nephews. I got all type of shit going on. So yeah, I never dealt with that on my end. But there's probably been girls whose parents were like, "What the hell you doing?"
but at the same time, you so squishy and cuddly.
Not always, Tim. Well, kind of always.
Well, Boze, look, man, I'm glad that you have come into your own and found yourself and found happiness. That's a beautiful thing. That's beautiful. And thank you for coming to the show.
Yeah, Tim. I'm sorry I didn't like give you enough like fucked up answers. I
No,
feel like
what you mean? You get
No,
great
that's
answers.
well, they were kind of fucked up.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, it's good content.
You
It's
can
good
just feel
content.
the Patriots surge against.
Oh yeah, hey, you slept in. You let him sleep with you. You are part of the problem.
No, girl, I was trying to turn him out.
She's like, "I'm taking this one for the country."
Man, It did not work.
Not at all.
But
Probably watching this shit mad as fuck right now.
it was yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Nah, he don't watch this shit.
You right.
He's like, there's too many of them.
We don't even know what that one is.
Well, hey, it was so nice meeting you. I hope we can hang out in the future.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes,
Is there
let's
anything
do
else
it.
you want to plug? Shout out before you
Yeah,
leave?
what you got?
No, I just kind of like I don't create content.
Hey, fuck yeah. Make sure you follow Boze on everything.
Yeah, do it
There
on
you
like
go.
Instagram or something. And then every time I'm on some shit, I'll like post it. I'll be like, I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Do it.
Thanks for tuning in to the No Chaser podcast. Thank you to Boze. I'm Timothy De La Ghetto.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
And I'm Nikki Blades.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, we out.
All right.
I was like, am I supposed to?
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Thank you. King shit.